Previously, in the anime, Yogiri and Tamachika got tangled up in a competition to find a sword master that maintains the barrier of sealed Dark Lord, but Yogiri accidentally killed the Dark Lord and saved the world from 1,000-year-old problem, and after that he and Tamachika got to the capital of the kingdom as they decided to find a way back home. But there they came across all those backstabbing classmates who left them to die and the other two behind just because they didn't got gift of power to become the sage candidate. And because of their betrayal, 2 kids died, but somehow, the girl with no power got back up because of a system. That system gave her the choice to survive, and she chose to live, so that system told her to consume the flesh nearby to recover, and she ate the same dragon that killed her, and aside from that, the sage who summoned Yogiri and his classmates has noticed Yogiri and his powers. So the friend she sent to kill Yogiri got so terrified of him that she never came out of her dimensional space because of Yogiri. But Yogiri was in the capital while the king gave them the next trial to become sages, and all of those backstabber were surprised to see that Yogiri and Tamachika survived, and the ungrateful morons who ordered everyone to leave them behind still didn't feel guilty at all, but Sora comes there to make everyone realize to leave everything behind and work together. Their trial was to explore the underworld and Yogiri was sitting out with some dudes to get familiar with them, but their Fukai comes there to meet Yogiri. And 2 girls came seeking out Tamachika at the same time when she was with the girls. Fukai knew Yogiri and his background and confessed he was his observer to keep an eye on him. He leaves the camera eye behind as it's crashed when they came to this world. There, Tamachika brought 2 girls who wanted to meet with Yogiri. Apparently they were also the observer keeping an eye on him. But Carol was much more optimistic than Ryuko. She was more interested in Yogiri and Tamachika's relationship. But aside from that, Yogiri wanted to know about Shaun who brought them here to find a way back home. They were all on the same side, so they decided to go along to explore the underworld to clear out their trails to find a way home. The girls formed their own team, and the guys formed their own. Haruto was the consultant skill user, so he was the one making plans. With that, both sides began their hunt, and one of the Dark Lord's minions that survived took Daimon forcefully to learn more about Yogiri from him. He was planning to exact revenge on Yogiri and came to the capital to unleash the second demon lord that was sealed beneath, but while they were sitting around in a tavern, he saw there were 3 of his classmates, but Ayaka gets there, and instantly she started beating out one of them brutally and killed the guy that way. She started her hunt to kill all of those backstabber classmates who left her behind to die, but after she left, Shaun came in there to ask Daimon about Yogiri, and Daimon and Luto told her everything about his instant death skill, so taking that into account, she goes out to make some plan to deal with Yogiri, but while thinking about it, Haruto got there to meet with Shaun to extend their time limit for clearing the second trial of the underworld, and Shaun agreed to it, but under one condition, that is, he has to kill Yogiri in return, and Haruto accepted the deal. And as for Ayaka, she found another classmate Riona. She was a combatant, but Ayaka got her way too easily. Riona told her that her ability is sealed, and the system told Ayaka that the reason is the royal family were keeping sage candidates in checks by weakening their ability, so Ayaka spared Riona to get her fully powerful and then fight her. As for Daimon and Luto, they got to the underworld to unseal the demon lord named Mana, and she's Dark Lord's sister. She's a complete freak when it comes to her brother, and she was sealed in here by the Dark Lord himself. But she still thinks her brother did it for her, and Ayaka goes to the royal castle and hits directly King's room. She killed the king in an instant to loosen the seal, and again goes to Riona to fight her with her full power, but even so, Ayaka cuts out her hand and strangles her to death. So the next day, Yogiri was being targeted by someone, but more like the sniper was forced for this job, but Yogiri's auto-kill got him. And the killer used a drone this time, but Yogiri got the drone spying on him as well, and Mikomo already traced the signals from that drone. So Yogiri and Tamachika captured the guy, and Mokomoko got the spirit princess that was guarding that killer. Might as well Mokomoko added the spirit king that the killer was controlling, but even so he tried out last time by summoning the death goddess, but nothing works in front of Yogiri, so the doll came out to kill Yogiri, but Tamachika saved him in the nick of time from that blade. But Yogiri shuts her down with a command, and then takes out all the information from that killer before killing him, and for Mana, she leads Luto and Daimon to the place she was sealed. But she had made a whole new world underground and created childs with her imagination. She was supposed to be sealed in her bedroom, but she could slip out any time she wants. But she never left this place because she was waiting for her brother. But their Luto informed her about Dark Lord's death, and hearing that she decided to give birth to her brother. She's totally nuts. She took Luto's hands as Dark Lord's signature was still radiating from his hands, and next she wanted to have Luto's brain to recreate Dark Lord, but Daimon begged her to spare Luto, so Mana promised she would. Only if Daimon releases the seal, so to save Luto, he did complies with her order, and away from there, Ayaka targets Yugo this time, but his cook skill was getting handy as he creates many of his clones after Ayaka kills her, so she blasted the whole area down with dragon breath, and their Yogiri and Tamachika saw her but didn't recognize her from that distance. Ayaka was thinning out the number of sage candidates from her hunt for revenge, so Sora planned to move further down to the 6th floor to the underworld to be safe, and with that as a plan, all those nut jobs gets to 6th floor and defeated many more monsters to get a hold of the castle, but after getting that castle back, while all the classmates were enjoying their dinner, Yogiri saw David had lost his mind to something, and as he tried to save him from cliff, that rock near the cliff broke out, and Yogiri fell down the cliff with David, and then Sage Shaun gets there to make the trial of sage candidates more difficult by starting a battle royal between them. Honestly, there are just too many things going on to focus on one character, but anyways, this madness will continue, and I will keep uploading it, so please like and subscribe even if you didn't enjoy the video. Until then, take care.